What's up guys, CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid News Now, where we'll get you caught up on all the top stories from around the entertainment world. In today's top stories, some shocking new details about Fox's New Mutants movie, Episode 9's production start date revealed, and some potentially huge MCU Easter eggs straight from the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disneyland. But first, let's head on over to Fox and talk about this New Mutants news that has gotten people talking, to say the least. In comments just today published by Entertainment Weekly, director Josh Boone shed some light on the direction of the X-Men spin-off, including a pretty surprising bit of information about the tone. We're making a full-fledged horror movie set within the X-Men universe. There are no costumes, there are no supervillains. We're trying to do something very, very different. On drawing inspiration from artist Bill Sienkiewicz's run on New Mutants, starting with issue 18 in 1984, Boone said, "A darker and more surreal and impressionistic X-Men series than we'd ever seen before. It felt like Stephen King meets John Hughes." And as much as I want to disagree with Josh Boone here, and believe me, I want to see the costumes just as much as the next guy and the whole 9 yards really about the New Mutants, I can't bring myself to. And it's because he's got a point. He's absolutely 100% correct about how the art changed when Bill Sienkiewicz's joined up. I mean, the book as a whole took a turn for the dark, the surreal, really the horrific. I mean, it went from this to this. But there's actually more to the offhand comment than meets the eye, and I'm surprised I haven't seen more people talking about this. It was reported almost 6 months ago that the movie was going to adapt the Demon Bear storyline, but to my knowledge that has never been confirmed at any point. And this isn't a confirmation, but I want you to go ahead and take a random shot-in-the-dark guess at which issue the Demon Bear storyline started in. That's right, issue 18, the very first issue of Bill Sienkiewicz's run on New Mutants. Also, I think it's a good idea in general just to have superhero movies rooted in other genres. You don't have to make a superhero movie just a superhero movie in and of itself. I mean, it's got superheroes in it, but Logan drew from Westerns and we saw how good that was. I mean, Deadpool was largely a comedy and that was fantastic as well. I guess what I'm saying is they can still do the characters and the source material justice even if it is more horror-centric. In addition to all that news, which I'm sure you've got opinions on and I would love to hear them in the comment section down below, we also got word that 2 new actors might be joining the cast alongside Anya Taylor-Joy, who's going to play Magic, you might know her from Split, and Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones, who's going to be playing Wolfsbane. According to EW, Henry Zaga from 13 Reasons Why is closing in on playing Roberto da Costa, aka Sunspot, while Rosario Dawson has also been tied to the film for an unspecified role. Let us know your thoughts on Boone's comments about the tone and the potential 2 castings in the comment section down below. But moving on to our next story, we've now learned when Episode 9 will actually begin filming, and it's probably sooner than you think. While The Last Jedi hits theaters 7 months from now, the cast won't have much of a break after the press tour, as according to Vanity Fair, filming on Colin Trevorrow's Episode 9 will begin just a month later in January of 2018. This comes on the heels of months of reports and rumors that the movie was actually going to begin filming this summer, which is apparently not the case, as Trevorrow revealed that he only just turned in another draft of the script last month. Starting in January still might seem early though, especially if the film gets pushed back to December like each of the last 2 episodes have. But as of now, the release date is still May of 2019, just a year after the Han Solo anthology film comes out and 16 months after cameras start rolling on the project, which is a pretty standard time frame for these kind of movies. Moving on to our last story of the day, what are the odds that a Disneyland ride might have revealed some classified MCU info? The answer is, of course, pretty slim. But even if this is just a cool little Easter egg, it's still a cool little Easter egg. But what am I talking about? Well, you may or may not have heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy themed Disneyland ride Mission Breakout, which is debuting at the California theme park in just 2 days. Set in the Collector's Lair, the ride runs guests through any one of 6 randomized profiles as they help Rocket free the Guardians from the Collector's clutches. But 2 of the items on display in his collection caught the eye of IGN reporter Eric Goldman, and as Guardian Warhammer and some mysterious artifacts from the floor of an Earth ocean. First up though, the hammer. It pretty clearly looks like Beta Ray Bill's hammer Stormbreaker from the comics, and actually it's correct right down to the details of how it was forged in the artifact's description. Secondly, the mysterious artifacts from the bottom of the ocean. There could really only be one place that is hinting at, right? At least it seems like a nod to Atlantis and a potential MCU version of Namor the Submariner, who's been kind of rumored for a big screen adaptation for years now. As I said, these are likely just cool little Easter eggs for a ride, even if they are placed among other things that we've already seen from the MCU, like an Ultron bot or a Nova Corps uniform. It's best not to read into these things, but who am I kidding? Get hype! Let us know what you thought of all of today's stories in the comments section down below, but that's going to do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.